Alakazam! This is the magic of radio, KVAIL, K-Vail. The show with nonstop, once-a-year programming before a live audience. That's you guys. Produced by Vail Place, combining the best of its past and present to conjure the vision of a magical new model of whole-person integrated care. Now plug in your whole person and you'll be amazed by, do you believe in magic and mental health? With our very special guest host and magician. Her specialty is close-up magic for corporate and private events. Named Close-Up Magician of the Year, she fooled Penn and Teller on Penn and Teller Fool Us, Suzanne!
Thank you. I have a gift for you. The gift is a parable. Once, there were 3 travelers. They explored very different paths, and on their life's journey, they learned many different lessons. And after mastering those lessons, why, they passed them on, believing themselves to be the only truth holders, ignorant of all other philosophies. Therefore, they were unable to see their true destination. Now, each traveler believed himself very wise and that his was the one true path. Now, being blind to what the others could see, they never expected to meet. Now, time went on, new lessons were learned, and their paths crossed often. And their eyes, why, they began to open, seeing that these other paths were not so unlike their own, and finding they had very much the same knowledge. And so these travelers decided to travel together. They'd approach situations from very different perspectives, not always agreeing on the final outcome. They'd learn from each other nonetheless, finding they weren't so very different after all. They found they could have very different paths and still travel life's road together. And now, instead of looking at a journey as something one would travel alone, having no one there by his side, they found that other travelers could actually enhance the journey, making this trip sweeter and the rewards greater. Oh, and the moral, you ask? Well, the moral of the story is, on your life's journey, know that our paths may appear very different, but our quests, they're very much the same. And if we just choose to learn from each other, well then, we may just find life's greatest treasure. Thank you very much.
Wow. That was great.
Oh, thank you.
Aisha, you know what? It's a perfect metaphor for us as mental health travelers.
Let's forget what we were going to do. Suzanne, do you mind if we do our own version of your cups and balls magic to show the magic of our journeys?
Oh, you want to use my routine?
No, adapt it so it shows the magic of mental health travelers.
What is mental health travelers?
Well, there are those of us who live with serious mental illnesses.
Your community partners.
And of course, Vail Place.
Oh, well then I'm very excited to see your version of cups and balls.
Ooh, thank you.
Wait, we don't have a script.
Hold on, I've got you right here. Whoop. There you go.
Woo! Isn't she amazing? Give us just a second, folks. We just got these. You know, looking at this, Justine, this looks like your story.
Yeah. Well, good thing I took that speed reading course. I like it. They need to hear this. Let's do it.
Wait, isn't there one more thing?
Downsized. Words aren't always clear or accurate, are they? Take crazy. He is nuts. She is totally psycho. I'll let that go for now. I was downsized, fired, and I didn't do anything wrong. I was an administrative assistant. I kept my boss on track, organized. And I was the one living with bipolar disorder. Not that anybody knew that, of course, because I had it under control. Medication, meditation, all sorts of strategies to stay healthy and keep it together. And come on, I was motivated as hell. I had three beautiful children. I mean, what's more motivating than your kids, right? I was a single mom, so I had to do everything for them. And I did. Until I got downsized. That sure got me going down and fast. I couldn't find another job as good as the one I had. So I had to take a job that paid a lot less. Down, down, down. Faster and faster. I couldn't keep up with the mortgage. So we lost our house. We lived in our car for a while. You tried getting your kids ready for school when they slept in a car. Get it together, Justine. When the choice is buying food, clothing, school supplies for your kids, or buying your meds, give me a break. I quit taking my meds. I went down, down, down. I couldn't keep the job that didn't pay for what we needed. Then our car got repossessed. We moved into a shelter, and my kids were scared of everything, including me. I was doing scary things, saying scary things. But I had one moment of clarity. I called my sister Joanne. I was a total burden to her growing up. She never much understood me or tried or even cared. I begged her to take my kids. She said, okay, but I don't want you anywhere near them, ever. It was the right thing to do. It was the only thing I could do. And then there was no bottom to how far I went down. I lived on the street. I drank a lot. I did drugs. I did other things I hate to even remember. It is always darkest before the dawn. That comes from a proverb, you know. I read a lot. I'm no dummy.
Can you tell me what's wrong?
Screaming means pain, Doc.
Where does it hurt?
Well, I'm doubled over, clutching my stomach. So where do you think, Doc? I'm not flying over the cuckoo's nest, you know. This is the third ER I've been to in 2 days.
What happened at those ERs?
Stupid happened. They saw I have bipolar, just gave me antipsychotics, and sent me on my way.
Well, I can see you're in real pain.
Wow. I found Hawkeye, Spock, and Doogie Howser all in one.
Are you nauseous? Have you thrown up?
Yes. Yes. Am I dying?
Well, we're going to find out what's going on, and we are going to take good care of you. I'm going to apply a little pressure to your abdomen. Is that okay?
My appendix was about to burst. And I was gonna die if it hadn't have been for that hockey Spocky Hauser doctor.
Good thing you were persistent. Such a good advocate for yourself.
I shouldn't have had to be that persistent. Just because I have a mental illness does not mean I don't get sick. Duh, they can't assume. People assume all the time. Must be crazy talking. Just give her meds.
I know you've experienced that before, but that's not really true here. They've got a lot of hockey, Spocky, Hauser, doctors, nurses, and other caregivers to pay attention to your overall health, physical and mental.
People with mental illness die 25 years earlier than other people because of undertreated medical conditions. That was in one of your hospital's brochures. I read a lot.
It's sad but true. It's way too common for people with mental illness to face what you did, not getting diagnosed and treated for physical illnesses as soon as they should, or at all.
I just miss being that statistic. For now.
How do we find a way so that you're never that statistic?
Who the hell are you again?
I'm a case manager with...
Oh, wait a minute. Wait, you were in here yesterday. I told you to go. Max. Max. I called you Mad Max. Okay, what the hell are you doing here, Mad Max?
I work for Vail Place. Do you know what a case manager is?
Do I have idiot tattooed on my forehead? I've been in the hospital a lot. This just isn't usually where I come across case managers.
Vail Place, which works with people with serious mental illness, and this hospital are partners. We partnered because for years we've seen people face the kind of challenges you're facing and not get the care that they need.
You sound like a brochure.
Sorry. You feeling okay after surgery?
Okay, listen, I recognize the routine, gently leading questions, blah-de-blah, all my meds have kicked in. Come on, just cut to the chase already.
Do you feel like you're doing okay emotionally?
Yep, this is me clear-headed. Come find me in a few weeks when the meds they release me with run out and you'll see a whole different person.
Maybe not this time.
Why, have you got some magic for me?
Oh, my job is to be here at the hospital and connect with people quickly. Since Vail Place joined the care team here, one of our case managers meets with people in usually 2 days or less. Often just one, instead of the 6 weeks or more that it used to take.
You sound like a brochure again. Wait, it took you more than a day to get to me.
That's because you weren't admitted to the mental health, the behavioral health unit. I spoke to your doctor, and he mentioned your bipolar history was preventing you from getting services. So once your medical issue was under control.
Okay, but what's your magical solution for me? Because I'm supposed to be released soon, and all I've got to go back to is a cardboard box under a bridge.
If you could imagine life as you'd want it to be, Justine, what would it be like? What's the thing that you'd want most? Let's just take a few steps back. Let's say you had something better than a cardboard box to sleep in, a nice place to live. What would you want after that?
A job. I loved working. I loved my job. I loved how good I was at it. I loved having a routine. I loved having something to accomplish, something to be proud of. And I was damn good at it.
Can we talk more about your successes over coffee?
I'd be up for coffee. I want caribou coffee. I want a campfire mocha. I want dark chocolate, whipped cream, skim milk. I'm a simple girl.
You can tell me what you want and need, and I can explain all the ways I might be able to help you upgrade your living situation. Maybe aim for that job that you want.
The social determinants of health.
You have been reading the brochures.
You bet.
Now that makes my job easy. Yes, integrated care means not just dealing with mental and physical health, but also all of the social determinants that impact a person's health. A stable place to live, financial resources to meet your needs, friends. Sorry, I'm brochuring again.
Just one of your charms. You know, I'm not sure I'm ready to go back to work.
One step at a time. You lead the way.
Oh, so I'd be the boss of you.
Well, let's call it a partnership.
Oh, but I'm the CEO.
You are.
I always wanted to break the glass ceiling.
The police said they got a call from a shop owner who complained she was scaring customers away. It's a good thing the officers were crisis trained, and they knew where to bring her here instead of, to the jail.
We hoped Justine could stick it out in the shelter a little longer and find her a decent place to stay. But in this market, it's easier to find a heart donor than housing for people in her situation.
Did she just take off from the shelter?
She was assaulted. I would have left too. We'd applied for a free cell phone so that we could stay in touch, but that takes time.
What now?
There's an opening at Vail House. It's temporary housing for people who are homeless and living with mental illness and chemical dependency diagnosis.
She definitely qualifies.
Yeah, but they're strict about people staying sober and keeping to house rules. I'm not sure that it'll work for Justine, but I'll look into it.
Well, she's back on her meds, and she is pretty stable. She asked if you were here. I think she's embarrassed to have you see her in the behavioral health unit.
Thanks. I'll let you know how it goes.
Whoever designed this psych ward, we do not have the same artistic sensibilities.
What would make it feel better for you?
Not being here.
I know this is tough, but I also know that you're tough. This is not failure. It's just the journey.
Now you're a motivational speaker.
It comes with the territory. I've thought about possible housing options for you. Vail Place has strong relationships with several landlords. Jacob, the housing specialist you met before, has contacted them to see if he can find you a place.
From Mad Max to Reverend Max. I see salvation on the horizon.
You have enough brochures to read?
Good one.
I'll be back. I'll see you soon, okay?
Pick a card, any card.
If I weren't so incredibly bored, I'd tell you to get lost.
That's the first reaction I often get from people. Look at it, then slide it back into the deck.
That's not it.
How about this one?
No. Have you done this trick before?
First time, I figured I'd go through all the cards until I found the right one.
That's not a trick.
But it's a nice metaphor for us both, don't you think?
That is the first time I've ever heard anyone in a psych ward use the word metaphor.
I'm kind of a first-time guy, an explorer, always looking for discoveries.
And that brought you to a psych ward?
No, an unexpected detour on my mental health journey.
Are you going to keep throwing metaphors at me?
Gee, and I had the impression your dance cart was full, and you might like a little spin with me.
You seem very upbeat for someone in a psych ward.
I will be out soon and back to my family.
Good for you.
Adopted family. I go to what's called a clubhouse at Vail Place.
Wait a minute. Max put you up to this.
Max from Vail Place,
Mm-hmm.
who works here? I know him, but no.
Just a coincidence then?
Nobody asked me to talk to you. You just look like you needed some magic.
And you're just magically also connected to Vail Place?
Well, Vail Place is a pretty magical place. Turned my life around.
But you're here.
Recovery is tricky. Sometimes you see it, sometimes you don't.
Huh. All right, so what is it about this clubhouse you mentioned that's so great?
It's kind of like Cheers for people with mental illnesses. Vail Place is a place where you feel you belong. You become a member.
Oh, so you have to pay dues. Okay.
A mental illness diagnosis covers your dues. We're all welcome. This is the first time in 2 years I've been back into the hospital. That's because of Vail Place. You should check it out. If you come by, I'll show you around.
Is it gonna turn me into a perky metaphor machine like you?
Admit it, I'm infectious.
I hear you like to read brochures.
Has Mad Max been bad-mouthing me?
He's told me things.
Well, he's told me things about you, too.
I'm an open book, Justine.
You're an unopened brochure at the moment. I see a picture of you on the cover. Hand it over.
It should give you a pretty good idea of what our Vail Care program covers.
This photo does not do you justice.
Thank you, I think.
I'm in heaven. I'm gonna read this cover to cover. Wait a minute. I already have. It's not that long. There's a lot of good stuff in here. Are you gonna do all these things for me?
If you qualify for Vail Care and you want to do them, we'll do them together.
Okay, well, I'm on medical assistance thanks to Mad Max, check. I have several of these chronic health conditions, check. And I can focus on health and wellness goals because I'm about to move into housing.
You're leaving Vail House?
This place has been great, but I'm ready to move on. I've been sober for 6 months now. Did you know it can take months or even years to even just like get on a waiting list for housing?
Oh, I know.
But Jacob, the housing guy at Vail Place, he is quick like a fox. He jumped on an opening the moment it came up, and next week I move into my own apartment.
That's wonderful. I am so happy for you.
Thanks. Okay, wait. Now there's this picture of people buying vegetables. Are you gonna force me to eat Brussels sprouts?
Have you ever had them with garlic and balsamic vinegar? Maybe you and I could make them together when you get in your new place.
You would do that?
I love to cook.
Huh. Okay. You just convinced me that everything in this brochure is actually true.
Well, we would not lie to you.
Okay, so you're gonna help me start an exercise program, lower my blood pressure, get me to my doctor's appointments? It's like putting this blanket of care and protection all around me.
Whatever you need to stay healthy, that's what we're gonna do.
I can feel my blood pressure dropping already.
Do you have any questions for me?
One, there's this Vail Place clubhouse in Uptown, right?
Yes, would you like to visit?
I heard about it from somebody I ran into the hospital a while ago. He said he was a member. He made it sound pretty interesting.
It is a great program, and you would meet a lot of people you have stuff in common with.
People who hate Brussels sprouts and like to read brochures?
Possibly. I can't promise. But they do serve good, healthy lunches. And there's a lot to do. And didn't I just hear that you're thinking about going back to work?
Mad Max just can't keep his mouth shut, can he?
The clubhouse could really be a big help. No pressure, but there are a lot of opportunities to work in the program and to get ready to go out and look for a job if you want to. They have tours on Mondays and Wednesdays. That's a good way to get introduced. Who was the member you met?
I think his name was Dennis.
I know Dennis. He's there every day. You want me to check and see if he'll be around at the next tour?
I doubt he'll remember me.
Dennis will remember you.
I could say hello, I suppose.
Justin. I'm Aisha. Welcome to Vail Clubhouse.
Thank you.
I'm going to give you a tour of the clubhouse and introduce you around.
Okay. Wow,
Okay?
there's a lot of people who work here.
Most people you see are members, just like me. We keep staff to a minimum so there's more food for us. You like more food?
Yeah.
Just kidding. Yeah, sorry. It's a clubhouse thing. If there are not many staff, we have to rely on members getting involved to run the place.
Oh, I like that.
Yes. Before we start, I know there's someone who wants to say hello.
Pick a card, any card.
You've only got 2 cards, Dennis.
I figured I'd make the trick work at least half the time.
How about a vanishing act instead?
How about if I decided to leave the magic to the professionals and stick to what I do best?
Which is?
How about if I tell you over lunch, which is about to be served? We pay in advance here, and I took the liberty of buying you lunch.
Is this a date?
Okay, it's a date. But if that doesn't work out, it's still food.
Pick an ending. Any ending. Yeah, I found Dennis and Vail Place to be, well, infectious. I couldn't stay away. I mean, come on, they needed my organizational skills. I told you I was really good at my job, and now I've got a bunch of jobs all around the clubhouse. I do data entry, I organize, I even cook. Dennis convinced me to make Adele's roasted Brussels sprouts. Okay, he eats it, I don't. All right, here it is. Because of Vail Place and my new friends, I got up the courage to call my sister. I'm gonna see my kids again for the first time in 18 months. I'd say that's pretty magical, wouldn't you?
Okay, that was pretty magical, wasn't it? I think we've got a little magic in mind for you. So, Suzanne, would you be willing to come back up?
Oh, you bet.
I think you've got one more trick, right?
Oh,
that
I
you
first
could
want to
do?
say they were fantastic.
Weren't they fantastic?
Ooh, I was crying over there. So what I'd like to do is I'd like to show something that works best when we all work together.
Oh, great.
Right? So would you help me with this?
I will,
Okay. Oh, and we
absolutely.
need one other person. Who else?
Emily Pearl, board chair. You want to come back up here?
Emily? Yeah?
Yes.
Emily, hi. Oh, so excited to have you up here. I'm going to have you stand over here by this other mic.
Okay.
Okay. Are you all right there?
Ready.
Okay. Hold still. I'll be right back with you. Okay, Vicki, I'd like you to take these cards like you're going to deal.
Okay.
And count 10 cards right on top of here.
Okay. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10.
Perfect. I'll have you take a look at this envelope here. I'll take the cards back. That'll make it easier for you. Make sure that there's nothing in there. Is it good?
Yeah.
Take the 10 cards you just counted, put them inside the envelope, seal that envelope, and I'll be right back with you. All right?
Great.
Emily!
Right.
Take the cards.
Okay.
Count 10 cards right here.
Okay, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10.
Fantastic. Oh, you know what we need? We need 3 people from the audience. Okay, so grab those, and we'll have them stand right up here, and then I'll have them pick 1 card apiece.
You are intentionally not looking me in the eye. Right here. I'm not gonna make you do anything weird. Just come on, stand up here. Just stand up.
She's got those arms crossed and everything.
How about that handsome devil over there in the glasses? Yes, you, sir. Yes, yeah, that one. And but my heart is with Excel Energy. You have to come up too. Okay. All right. Get ready.
Okay, 1 card apiece.
Okay. You just have to pick a card.
Now, I'm not going to look at the screens because I don't want to know what the cards are yet. So after you get the cards, turn and face the audience, show the cards to the audience, and if you guys could remember one of the cards. You don't have to remember all 3 unless you're like Kreskin or something. Okay? And then Emily, after we think that everyone has the cards, go ahead and get those cards back and mix them into the stack so I can't know where they are.
I want you to act like a chicken before you. No, I'm just kidding. Okay.
She's got her own show going on there. Okay, so you have them all mixed in?
I do.
All right, and I'll take that. Oh, you're not letting me see a thing. Gonna make this harder for me, I think. Hey, I see you on the camera. I'll take the cards back. Okay, this is fun. Oh, okay, so it's all sealed,
all
right?
sealed.
Emily, take this as seal the envelope. And now for the fun part, the part that you guys are all involved in. Okay, raise your hand if you picked a card. Okay, 1, 2, 3. You didn't pick one, did you?
Pick the card.
Because, yeah, so you picked a card, I'm thinking, whoa, what show were you in? Okay, so you have the cards?
Okay.
What was your card?
2 of hearts.
The 2 of hearts. I'd like everyone to think of the 2 of hearts. Are you thinking of the 2 of hearts? Now, collectively, imagine the 2 of hearts rising out of Emily's envelope, flying through I see it right there. Flying through the air and landing in Vicky's envelope. Did you see it? Okay, we've got some of them saw it. Did you feel it land?
No.
Well, okay, we have a second try. What was your card? 2 of diamonds. Oh, wow, 2 of hearts, 2 of diamonds. This is good. Everybody, imagine the 2 of diamonds rising up out of the envelope. I see it here. Can you see it? Oh, wow, we've got some imaginative people. It's flying through the air and landing in the envelope. Did you feel it?
Maybe.
Okay. We're getting there. One more.
I know this would be surprising to my wife, but I wasn't 100% paying attention.
That is why we show it to everybody else. It's too early, right? Yeah. What did you say? 3 of spades?
Yeah.
3 of spades? Okay, good. Yeah, half the room says yes. Okay, everybody, imagine the 3 of spades rising up out of the envelope, right? Ooh, I see it. That one is very clear, 3 of spades, landing in this envelope here.
The right answer would be yes.
Woo! Okay, this is the fun part. Emily, open your envelope. So rip the top right off, and I'll take the envelope. I'm going to tear the envelope open because I don't want you guys thinking there's a pocket or anything funny here. That's just a regular envelope, right? Now, torn up. Count the cards.
1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7.
What?
7.
Wow, see what we can do when we work together? This is... Oh, hey, let's check here. Rip it open. Count the cards.
1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13.
Oh! This is a very good collaborative group. Wow. Oh, we had 3 cards chosen. 2 of hearts? Do you have the 2 of hearts?
I do not have the 2 of hearts.
Do you have the 2 of hearts? Yes! Look at that right there. 2 of diamonds? Do you have the 2 of diamonds?
I do not have the 2 of diamonds.
Do you have the 2 of diamonds? Yes! Look at that. Wow, 2. 3 of spades? Do you have the 3 of spades?
I do not have the 3
Do you
of
have the 3 of
spades.
spades? Yes! Wow! You guys did an amazing job!
All right, that's incredible. Thank you, Suzanne.
Oh, I was going for the handshake. That's good.
Yeah. All right, so how do we top that, Emily?
I mean, it is a tough act to follow. But I will say, you all can top that by supporting Vail